Okay, hi everybody. It looks like we're recording me in my office. Apparently we have radon checks that are happening in Lytle Hall. So on we go. Okay, I am going to try to cover the spring semester plan that I posted on D2L right now and have it on video so that others can watch it. And I am going to try to methodically move through it without doing too much elaboration because I don't need this video to be an hour. So on we go. Sharing screen. Hope I have enough tea. One moment. Okay, I'm sharing my screen. Let me zoom in. Here is the D2L page, and let me show you what I'm going to cover so that you have an idea. There's quite a bit here. It's been pouring out of me, and this is pretty standard in the world of publishing, is to enter into a new period of time, whether it's the month or the half a year, 6 months, or whether it's a full year or a multi-year, whatever, and you launch a kind of plan. And then, people have their roles defined for them and they understand what tasks they need to be doing. And then as part of that, I can start to move into the background, and you'll see this as I move through. I plan to only come to every other meeting, but I'll be generally available, through email. You can come and see me in person. If you need me to be at a meeting, I can come to the meeting, those kinds of things. But the vision that Michael and I have shared since the beginning, and I hope you're all on board with this, is right. The advisor, right, and we had to sort of pull things together. We had our budget was in jeopardy, and there were other things that were happening that needed to be managed. I think that has been managed through the fall semester, and I am ready then to gain a little bit of distance, which is a normal thing as well. So if I'm the publisher in this business scenario, then I hire an editor per book, meaning per publication. We just have one book. We just have the Keystone. If you wanted to bring in the Keystone yearbook, we might be able to call that a separate thing, but that's just some of the language. Okay, that's my preface. Let me dig in then. It says, hi, everyone. This list has been growing and growing. Lots to do in the world of publishing. It should serve us like a map for the entire semester. I figure there's going to be 14 of us, so we should be able to make huge progress. Report. We've published 68 items since we started on August 29, 2022. Nice job. Actually, if you remove this semester's snowball eating bear, it would officially be 67 pieces of content for fall 2022. If we don't count finals week, it's 67 divided by 14, which is 4.85, which is almost 5, puts us really close to our goal of publishing one item per day during the school week, which would be an average of 5 per week, or 75 publications for each semester. I dwell on numbers for a variety of reasons, but a primary goal for me is to provide you with a professional narrative, which you can use to tell part of the story of your college experience and back it up with numbers. Resumes. The numbers we generate should go directly on your resume because employers are looking for quantifiable information, which means numbers. I'll expand on this on Tuesday. Therefore, you should be able to say that you're a part of an effort that published 75 items each semester. Going forward, that's impressive. Again, for last semester, it was 67, which is good. We can also cover how to create a list of publications if you want me to, for those of you who are publishing your work. Keep at it. The numbers grow quickly. Recruitment. Now, in order to get to 75, we need additional contributors. Connor is going to speak to my sports writing class and one section of journalism next week. I've posted the script on D2L to the Keystone D2L site. You can see that script. Modify it to your needs, copy and paste it. Let's take a look at the list of writing courses on D2L. Let me slam down to this. Okay, so there are writing classes here, and we can talk about which ones are covered or not, or which ones we need help with. Yeah, don't want to get lost in that right now, but I wanted to post that list so it was there. Back to recruitment here. Abby has scheduled us for Involvement Day on Thursday. She will need help. The emails have gone out. Help me remember then, Michael or Caitlin. I'm going to cover my other journalism class. I think I didn't catch that last time, so let's get that clarified. Roster. We need an updated roster on the website. I believe Michael is working on that. Let's get that finalized. And as it connects to that, and I'll probably mention this again, is I need to post the open positions as soon as possible. So all of these things, all of your roles need to click in place so that other things can happen. The interconnectedness here is huge. Okay, professional development. We are planning to become members of PA News Media Association, and we can talk about that. Then award submissions, that is posted on D2L somewhere. Do it. If you need help, let me know. Get your stuff together and submit to these things. If you need us to sponsor it with, if there's money involved, like we have to become, members of PA News Media in order to submit. This is what it's about. This is your launching pad for your future. So don't say, well, I don't know, I can't, I don't know if I can win a prize. Do it. You may be the only person in the category that submits, or one of three, and you win, or you win third. Got it. Add a photo of yourself to D2L. This is sort of a side thing here. I'm sorry, I'm moving too quickly. So that's all that. Where do we stand with College Media Advisor Convention planning? Update me, please. For those of you that don't have a photo of yourself on D2L, I would urge you to add that. It rapidly makes you look professional. Story leads. I have 2 here, but there are more. Ignite. I have a contact there, and Radon in Lidl, which seems to be an emerging story. So Linda is going to move into the role, has moved into the role of managing editor and will be responsible for production. That means working with me to develop story leads and working with all of you to develop story leads. I have my eye on the campus now. I've been here for 16 years, so I know where the bodies are, as they say. I know what stones to look under for stories. So I will be feeding a steady stream of these to Linda. And if you guys have your own ideas, certainly, right, about story leads, then go to Linda. Linda then as production manager, managing editor, develops the story leads, gets them assigned, is clear on length and what should happen, those kinds of things, all about getting it into Trello then, making sure that copy editors have what they need, making sure that Molly has what she needs on the back end, all of that. So from beginning to end, this is our production person. This then allows Michael to move into the zone of thinking more about the various departments. So how are we integrating these things? What is our vision? What is our branding? Turning to those things. So that's the idea. Okay. Photography then. All of you are free and encouraged to contribute photos, faces, 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 students doing things. Do your best to get names when you're able, but photos of anonymous students doing things on campus are just fine. Take them from behind so you can't even see their faces. As long as they don't have like really extremely identifiable things, then we're good, like their names or something like that. But these kinds of pictures run in college newspapers all the time. Do your best to get names right. Recommended, particularly for Kate, as we try to integrate her artwork more fully into the book, which means the newspaper. That's the publication. That's the term they use is book. Finance then. Caitlin submitted payroll for February. Should drop in early February. And Caitlin, I'm assuming, has an ad revenue update as we try to generate some income there. Any questions for me, Molly? I'm just going through the roster here. Video, anything in the works, Victoria? Actually had a thought on that. We've got a whole stack of old Keystones over in the corner. If you were to dig through that and find some interesting things like 5 pieces and then create a video of that, it's a dive into Keystone's past, or come up with a creative name for it that way, and then create this sort of slideshow of some of the headlines that, you can do 10 if you want. It all depends on, on your plan. Okay, job openings for Handshake. Yeah, I need these sooner rather than later. I'd like them by the end of this week so I can get them posted. And I think these are what we need. Staff writer, copy editor. If I'm wrong about that, please let me know. And again, these are the things that Michael should be able to turn attention to, right? Personnel and recruitment and that. And that's why, Linda, you're seeing the idea here. And then Linda is making sure five days a week, we've got something in the hopper being published. Strategy and goal setting. Keep a running list of goals and things you have accomplished. This is easy, and this is an assignment. Create a document somewhere, or put it in your phone under notes or something like that. What have you done here? How many articles have you published? Have you contributed? So good for personal narrative, and your resume also helps us to understand what we've accomplished, which is a lesson in thought plus execution equals magic, which becomes actual. Let me steer back to this for a moment. Bringing the metaphysical into the physical, so to speak. So here's a little woo for you. I believe that thought plus execution equals magic. And what is magic? It's your ability to create things in the world. See, So like we could do nothing. We could have no plan and no thoughts about the Keystone, and then we wouldn't integrate it. I'm sorry, execute it, and then it wouldn't be anything. But when we have the shared thoughts and the communication and the execution, then that works the magic where we had something that didn't exist, now that exists. So bringing it into its reality. Okay, so let me see how much more we have to do. I did have a moment of disappointment. I was surprised why we didn't, and why and how we didn't have anything published by the end of the first week of class. As I understood it, there were two submissions. The one by Tara and Morgan, both writers. So I was confused why we couldn't get that done. We failed to publish an article during the first week of classes. That makes me scratch my head, especially since we had two articles in the queue. Seems reasonable to publish at least one once during week one. I tried to get things going with a photo of the bear eating a snowball, but nothing followed. My question is this: why is there hesitancy to produce content? I'm confused. I can understand that articles take some time to put together, but photos are easy. We could do a lot more video. I'm not trying to apply pressure because I know that photo is time consuming, but something during the first week, easy, short, one take kind of stuff, photos as well. Students moving back into the dorms, getting together, just a bunch of faces. You can, if you're in a dorm, you knock on some doors of your friends and say, get out of your pajamas. I'm going to take a picture. You know what I'm saying? Um, I can understand that articles. Yes. So go and see if you can talk to somebody on campus and ask them if they're excited about being back at KU or what their plans are. All right. I've given you examples here. I'm trying to turn it into a learning moment. And then the idea of working smarter, not harder. These things don't need to be hard. You've seen the bear, right? So I was excited. There it is right there. I was excited about snow, and I went over. I wanted to take a picture of the bear, and there were students over there. They were building little snowmen, and somebody had put that snowball inside the bear's mouth. So I framed it up and put the library in the background, and we've got a seasonal image. All that snow's gone now. So, all right. Yeah. Logo and branding. We need to discuss ongoing logo and branding. Kate has been busy, so we need a status update there. I also want to look at other Apache newspapers as compared to ours. So that will probably be something that I can build into a workshop. We'll see. But we want to see what our look is like compared to others. And as far as the branding goes, this is tied into what Abby has been working on. Um, Let me keep my brain going here. Yeah, I fell off the bus. Right. Abby has been getting estimates on purchasing promotional items, and we were talking about the bags, and there's hats and things that we may, we'll probably get the bags. We'll see how it goes, but we need to land on a logo, right? And I'm assuming you want to change what the current look is. We've had discussions about all this. It's probably buried down in D2L, so let's pull that together. Academic articles, please communicate this to your friends. Have them go back to a paper they wrote recently, like last semester, and take another look at it. If they need help, point them in my direction. The goal would probably be to shrink it down to 3, maybe 4 pages. 3 pages is nice. Show us what you're working on academically with a couple of sources so you can trim out all the fat and then give us the essence of it. They don't have to be incredible papers. They just need to be clear and show the signs that the author knows what they are doing. The student paper. Random. Fern and Ava and possibly new recruits may have schedule conflicts with our weekly meeting. I will do my best to create videos so you can keep up. I'm doing it now. Also, I'm posting tons of info regularly to the D2L page. Fern, be sure to watch the video in D2L developing stories from email. I recorded that last week. I think you'll find it useful. Fern, I also believe that I owe you a sticker or two. Not sure. We'll have to talk about that. If you want to send me an email, you can. Ava, I think I owe you a couple of stickers as well. If you want to send me an email, I don't know if we can figure out how to do that, but that would be good. Linda, let's talk a bit after today's meeting if you're able. We've communicated a little bit over the weekend, so we're trying to shape your role here, and Michael is welcome to attend. So let's see how things go. Again, I'm trying to move as quickly as I can. Note the change for me. I'm going to attend our weekly meetings every other week after week 2. So this week is week 2, and then I'll see you in 2 weeks. That said, if you need me, I'll be there. Just call on me, send me an email, whatever. This was the agreement from the start. Okay. So, okay, I tried to shoot through that, and I'm assuming there's going to be places where we stop throughout that and converse. Okay, so then a break, and then back from workshop. Let's talk. I want to know everyone beyond Keystone tasks. What do you like? Music, movies, books, sports? What are you passionate about? Let's get into that a little bit. And then part two, what would you like me to cover at upcoming workshops? Communicating with sources, identifying a lead and putting it in the story, look at other patchy newspapers, which I mentioned before, look at professional newspapers, photography lesson, that one for sure. We're going to do that. When it gets a little nicer outside and we meet at 4:30, we should be able to go. Video lesson, perhaps, self-publishing, blogging, journalism basics, copy editing lesson, maybe copy editing lesson, maybe some journalism basics. We can definitely take a look at my blog, which has evolved quite a bit in the last 6, 7, 8 months, something like that. And then this was the update on D2L, and that's it. I've covered it. So yeah, I can just stop and let's see, bring myself back here. We'll see how long this took. Again, it's going to be paused so we can discuss, but that's it in a nutshell. Thanks.